Hi, my name is Nick Edwards, and I'm a research associate at SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory near San Francisco, California, USA. SLAC is a facility which runs some of the most advanced particle accelerators in the world. I was just 5 years old, and I was just starting primary school in the UK. I wanted to become a paleontologist, and yes, my wish did come true. I was mad into dinosaurs and fossils from about 5 years old. I had lots of different interests over the years, but my passion for fossils never wavered. My research breaks the wall of the hidden writings of Galen of Pergamon. I'm involved in a large multidisciplinary and multinational project focusing on the study of one particular medieval manuscript called the Syriac-Galen palimpsest. A palimpsest is a piece of writing material on which the original writing has been removed in order for it to be reused, but traces of the original writing remains. The Syriac-Galen palimpsest contains traces of a translation of works originally in the Greek language by arguably the most accomplished of all medical researchers of antiquity, Galen of Pergamon. Galen of Pergamon was a Greco-Roman physician and philosopher who died around 200 AD. For centuries, Galen's work, called On Simple Drugs, was the key reference material about medicine, patient care, and pharmaceutical plants. It was required reading for aspiring physicians in ancient times. On Simple Drugs is well known in the original Greek, but how it was copied, translated, and transmitted through the ancient world is less well known. Specifically, the Syriac-Galen palimpsest is a 9th century copy of a 6th century translation of On Simple Drugs in the Syriac language. This translation was obscured when Syrian scribes reused the material in the 11th century by scraping away Galen's medical texts and overwriting them with hymns. The idea of the project is that if the Syriac translations could be revealed in more detail, then this would highlight the role that Syriac translations played in the transmission of classical knowledge in general, and Galen's medical pharmacological works in particular. However, despite years of expert study using a variety of techniques to tease out the original undertext, significant portions of it remain hidden. We employed a technique that uses intense, focused X-rays generated by a particle accelerator called a synchrotron. These X-rays are orders of magnitude more powerful than familiar hospital X-rays. This state-of-the-art technique, called X-ray fluorescence imaging, is able to detect extremely tiny amounts of chemical elements in a material and map their distribution without damaging the object being studied. We use the Stanford synchrotron radiation light source in California, where I work, to study the Syriac-Galen palimpsest, and we were able to detect and image the portions of the ink of the original Galen undertext that were not visible by other techniques. This is because there is residual chemistry of the ink which is distinct from that of the parchment. Uncovering the hidden writings of the Syriac-Galen palimpsest may provide new insights into medicine's roots and how the Syriac language contributed to the spread of this science across the ancient world. I personally think this is really interesting because this offers a glimpse into how knowledge and information was disseminated in the ancient world. Ultimately, the ability to communicate ideas is a key contributor to cultural and societal development, and understanding how that happened in the past is important to humanity's pursuit of knowledge. There is still a lot of data to process, and a lot more exciting discoveries still to come, I'm sure. Also, how the text we've discovered so far differs from Galen's original writings is still a work in progress. What part of your research keeps you lying awake at night? Well, the experiments at the synchrotron run 24 hours a day, so my research literally keeps me awake at night. Well, let her tell you herself.
I think this is a really interesting project, and I'm rather envious of Nick's work on such an historic document.